Hi guys, this is Unfinished Business on Afrovibes TV. I'm your host, Esther, and this is my friend, Precious Pluso Presidu. She's joining us today to basically talk about all the times we've been undermined, underlooked, but we most definitely still have something to prove. So yeah. Just a little fun thing about me. I was born and raised in South Africa. My dad is Nigerian, my mom is South African, basically. And I moved to America when I was 13. That's kind of the age where you like kind of start high school.
Yeah.
And we're kind of be talking about like our experience where like we started high school. People kind of used to look at us crazy, like, me coming from Africa, like me coming, y'all. One thing I'll say, like, I went to high school in Metro Atlanta. And like when I first came here, I used to always wear like a headscarf and stuff like that. And I tell you, like people used to make like clicking noises at me. I swear, like people used to make clicking noises at me. All of this, and then mind you, like in college, my freshman year of high school, like people would make clicking noises at me, stuff like that. But my freshman year of high school, the the whole
All of a sudden,
being cool, everything sounded it's cool to be African. I don't know.
weren't y'all just saying live in a hut just a year
Weren't
ago?
y'all just asking me, do I go to school online?
Like,
Like, what's going on?
weren't y'all just asking how to water?
I'm saying,
Like,
we always used to be overlooked, but now we're like,
it was
trending all of
all
a
African
sudden.
booty scratcher. Now it's all I want an African.
I'm saying,
Make it make sense.
make it make sense though. But I remember, like, I vividly remember my first day of school in America.
Really?
Like, vividly. I remember my first ever period was physical education.
Oh.
And I had no friends. Mind you, it was my first day. Mind you, I came during the second semester. People had already like established their friends, everything. I get there and like everybody just looking at me crazy. Like I remember I had slits in my eyebrows, so I was emo, everything.
Oh my God.
everything. But like, how was you starting high school though?
For me, like, I just moved from Boston and I did middle school, I did 8th grade in Texas. And at first I was like, 'cause, I'm used to moving around, switching schools, but moving a whole state is different.
Yeah.
So I'm in 8th grade. I'm like, I'm not going to make no friends. And all that.
Wait, so you moved to what's it called? You moved to Texas in 8th grade?
Yeah.
That's crazy because I moved to America in 8th grade.
But
I
I knew we were soulmates.
Literally.
I knew.
Like, we're meant to be together. Like it's meant to happen.
But girl, I'm not gonna make no friends. Like I was thinking I was gonna see tumbleweeds. I thought I was gonna see people talking like this, talking in that yeehaw accent, people with the hats. But no, it was actually very normal. Like, there was no
Yeah.
and I actually made friends, but in high school, guys.
High school was bad because like I won't lie, I got to America like the second semester of like 8th grade year, right? I came here, people were like, da da da, like making click noises at me, and then boom, like COVID happened. And everybody was wearing masks when I had to come back to high school. Everybody was wearing masks. Everybody was acting like they didn't know anybody. People were just making fun of me. I remember like during like the like lunch and stuff, like we would have to walk in a line, all this stuff. And it would be this one specific table with these boys that, oh, my friend has a crush on you, my friend likes you. And they're trolling me, bro. That was like the worst time they're trolling me every single time. And I was just like, bro, why me?
Exactly.
Why me?
Of other people.
Why? There's so many other Africans that you can make fun of, but don't make, guys, that's not okay. That's actually not okay. Like, let's not do that, bro. Point
like,
out to be me.
My name is actually Eniola, like Eniola. But then I started to go by Precious because of that reason. One, people couldn't pronounce my name. Second, I feel like people know I was African, which it's not that I was ashamed. I was not ashamed, but people were trying to make me ashamed, And then it was like, the African booty scratch, I'm telling you, that comment really got me. That comment got me so bad. You live in huts. Do you live with lions? Like, what are you talking about?
The craziest part about this is like every single person who undermined me during that situation is now in my DMs talking about, where's the next fries? Like, where's the fufu? Like, what's all this? Like, what are you talking about? I know.
I won't lie, I was chopped in high school.
I was chopped. We're both chopped.
Don't look. This girl is chopped.
I was chopped in high school. I
saw her high school pictures.
my graduation pictures. Not my high school pictures.
Bro,
they're high school.
How much of my graduation picture? pictures yet.
Let me see. Well, can I? No.
But I tell you, I was chopped. Even to graduation, I was chopped. First half of the first semester of college, I was chopped. And then
I never saw Precious chopped.
I would go on my bonnet. No wig, undone.
Makeup done. And that's one thing that
I don't even know how to do makeup. That's how I know she's laughing.
That's one thing people don't talk about. Like the school that we go to is very like fashion type of like,
here.
You go to the student center, everybody's dressed down, blah blah blah
you
blah
can't
blah.
Step outside without seeing somebody.
Yeah,
down.
You cannot step outside looking like that.
Every day a new post drops from somebody.
I'm saying at least one person has to drop a new like OTD. That's what I have on. Blah 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 blah. But one thing I'll say is like coming from high school, right, where people used to make fun of us. Oh, you look like this. Da 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 da. To getting praised in college,
it's actually such a crazy experience.
It's a crazy
crazy. When I tell you, like, my whole world was flipped, Esther. It was flipped.
Mine too.
When I tell you, I was chopped to the point where I was not getting nobody. I was getting the shit. Nobody was talking to me. I come here all of a sudden. Da-da-da, you're ready. Da-da-da, you're ready.
But one thing I'll say about college, though, everybody's going.
Oh?
Everybody's going. Everybody's going. Like, literally, you could be, like, I'm not gonna lie, you could be the most chopped thing ever.
It'll be on.
But just because, like, especially, like, freshman year specifically, your freshman year of college,
it's like you're free.
Y'all, if you are a girl like us, do not get into a relationship. Do not go looking for nothing. Focus on your studies, though. Listen to what your mommy and your daddy said.
What's it like?
You
go to school, please, not to dress up, not to find boys and people to go to school. So go to school.
These guys like this. This is the first freedom they're experiencing. The first time that they're surrounded by so many girls that actually. Bro, I'm telling you, in college you can genuinely be like so chopped, but everybody's just going.
There's somebody for everybody.
Somebody for everybody. And you know, there's one somebody that happens to be for everybody.
There's somebody who runs the streets and be in the streets.
Like, so what I'll say is like, once you enter college, like just know that man that's telling you all these things, all this mende, he's not actually there for you.
I'm telling you, if he sends you a good morning text, he's copying and pasting that to 10 other girls.
10! It's not even
just know you're the only one, especially for a freshman. You're not
even that. They have a customized ChatGPT message for every single one of them. We're living in the AI era. AI era.
Bro, if anything, I've used ChatGPT to... Bro, y'all, I'm not good at texting. So I'd be like, ChatGPT, what should I say to this message?
I won't lie. I feel like to an extent everybody does that.
Yeah.
Like, everybody like, ChatGPT.
That's my best friend.
Yeah.
Second to you. You're my first best friend.
You know.
ChatGPT got me. Like, something I can't ask you, like, especially say this because I'm kind of embarrassed. Like,
no, but everything, like, every little thing. I'm not gonna lie. I saw, like, this one TikTok that was like, bro, ChatGPT has no bias or whatever, you know? Ever since I saw that, I was kind of scared. Because I look used to use ChatGPT like, as my therapist. I say, I feel like, ChatGPT, is this okay? And then the other day, like 2 days ago, I was scrolling on TikTok, and I was just seeing how ChatGPT changes its answers based on, like, your own energy, you know? And we're like,
really?
I swear, if you say, like, ChatGPT, you think this is bad? Oh, no, I don't really think this is bad. This is cool. This is whatever.
Oh, ChatGPT is biased.
No. I'm telling you, that's the one thing about, like, AI. Is like, once it starts to get, like, regular information, stuff like this, it can somewhat create a bias.
That's actually, I kind of like that.
Why do you like that?
It's like my TikTok algorithm, like, you know, tell me what I want to hear. You know, not in a way that's like, oh, tell me what I want to hear. More like, you know me more, so you can give me more. I feel like more personalized.
I don't even feel like that. I feel like that's just confirming the delusion.
No, you're right. Maybe
but I feel like regularly you have me to do that for you, though.
Yeah.
Regularly you have me to do that for you. ChatGPT just like really reinforcing it. Like, but yeah, I feel like during this age, guys, let's move from ChatGPT. Let's go back to having in-person conversations.
Yeah.
You know?
Real people, real therapists. Not someone who'll be like, yeah, man. Yeah, you're right.
Of course, man. Like,
Okay,
anything that you're saying,
right.
yeah. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even think I'm like that though. Like,
you're actually real.
Yeah, I
She's
mean, Precious is
trust guys. If you need advice, come to her. Like, she's not gonna she will sugarcoat, but not in a way it's like she's a yes man. More than like, let me tell you so you won't get angry at me. I'm gonna tell you how it is.
Yeah, and that kind of like plays into like the next topic. Like, I feel like during college, right? Because me and Precious, we go to the same school basically. But I feel like even though we went through the same school, everything, we still somewhat had like 2 different college experiences. But we did still have the same negative experience with this one specific person. You know what I'm talking about. Don't even let me just start naming names. The letter starts with me.
Wait.
Something like that.
What? Hey,
mess up, mess
let's
up.
talk about it. Because,
like, wait, because me and this babe, right? We're actually very close. The way that Precious even knows her is because of me. You know, you understand?
Literally, actually.
That's how actually close that we all were. But people want to act weird, and people don't want to tell you that they have an issue with you, but they want to go through the corners.
Tell everybody else.
Tell everybody else about the issue that they have, except for you.
Same girl, same thing to me. I didn't know we had issues. I would talk to this girl. Hi, hello, yeah.
Bro,
all of a sudden,
this babe sees Precious. You say hello, how are you?
I'm here for somebody else. Oh, don't you know that yeah says this about you? What?
You get information from her friends.
Not on the direct. Same girl who says, guys, we can talk about our problem. I have an issue. You have to tell directly. You gotta tell the person. Don't yada.
Do you know how many times I came to her though? How many? I don't even know how many times. If I start pulling out receipts like this to show you, I came to her. I said, "Do we have an issue? Is there any type of animosity? All these things." And it's the same. This is what I'm talking about. People will constantly undermine you, constantly overlook you, constantly all these things. But in reality, they want to be doing the things that they're doing.
They want to be. And I forgot what I was gonna say. Like, I'm actually like so this.
I don't even like that's genuinely how upset me and Precious are about the situation. Because we even forgot, bro. This is our real friend, like our real life friend. Someone that we had a high regard for. You're thinking anybody like this can have a regular conversation, come to you, be like, "This is an issue," whatever. She never came to us. She went to everybody else, but the person she had an issue with.
And you know, actually, when you say like you kept coming to her for like, you know, do you have a problem? People, everyone else who was in our friend group, they were telling her like, "Hey, talk to Esther, because you know, like, resolve it." Because they don't tell you these two were actually like, good friends. People want
my first college friend.
People were hoping for their friendship to stay. You know, other people outside the friendship. People were working for that friendship. Not her, unfortunately.
Oh,
but you know, it's okay though, because
but unfortunate. Anyways, guys, there's money to be made. Tune in after the commercial break. Thank you so much for tuning into Unfinished Business on Afrovibes TV. See y'all after this break. Hi guys, welcome back to Unfinished Business. I'm your host, Esther, and this is my friend, Precious. Hello. Yeah. So anyways, as we were talking about, we had this one like really negative experience with this one girl in college. And I feel like I'm not really gonna give her too much of my energy because that's probably what she wants, but like, you're a weirdo. That's all I have to say to you, you know? And I feel like from everything that we've been through in college, I feel like we've learned so much. Like, even like how we're talking about like in high school, like we used to make like clicking noises at me, all this stuff, versus us being in college, people begging us to join like all these organizations, regarding to like being African, all these things, like 7 years in, you know? And it's like, yeah, this is like just a reminder that like, guys, there genuinely might be a season where you're not chosen, you're not this, you're not that, But like, I want to be a daily reminder that like, in those moments where you're feeling like, oh, I don't have anything for me, I don't have this. Remember that every single day that you wake up, you're being woken up for a reason. Exactly. There's something to do. There's a purpose that you have to realize and achieve. You know? Yeah. And so yeah, like let's talk. Like, bro, I feel like Precious and I can like not to like relate everything back to boys and stuff like that. But like I feel like there's so many times like in high school where people tell me, "Oh, you're a chop. You'll never do this. You'll never amount to this." Look at me now, a host of a TV show.
Literally.
You know, like let's talk about it. You know, first, what have you achieved that you're proud of?
Honestly, you know, it's only been like a year since high school to now, and I'm not really where I would say I want to be, but like I'm like confidence wise, like it has grown a lot. Like I learned not to put my feelings and like my self-esteem in the hands of a man. Never do that, guys. Cause
censor man, y'all.
Please censor yourself. Like I learned, you know, how to like just because you know this happened before and now this happening now, like doesn't mean that that's your whole life.
Yeah. One thing I'll say is that, guys, like as a woman, learning to decensor men. 10 out of 10.
Like, actually, I feel so much more like
you know, and there's so much more to do.
Yeah, like
more to achieve.
Like, we have life, man.
I'm saying
we were born without a man. We'll leave without a man.
I'm saying, and at the end of the day, like, I feel like as a woman, you're not supposed to be the one outwardly looking for a man. Like your man will find
you.
They will find you. You know, I'm talking about they'll find you. I'm not yet finding my own. Yeah. I've made peace with the fact that like it's not every time I have to go out.
You know, like who's next on the roster? You know,
entertain everybody that wants to entertain me. You know,
just to be, you know,
yeah. Cause one thing college has told me, man, will show you shit get like they'll actually
exactly. I tell you, they'll give you this gifts, money, right? And next day,
next, very next day, like this, you can't even get a text.
Bro, sometimes even that same day, like
same day after he dropped you off like this.
And it's like, oh, I thought we were cool. I thought we were cool. Now you're posting this other person on your Instagram.
Exactly. Okay. That's why you really just need to be fully okay with yourself.
Exactly.
Fully grounded in yourself. Because people will come and people will go.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time. And if you put your worth in other people, when they go, that's your worth.
Your worth is gone. Like
it's gone. So that if you're okay, that okay, I love myself. I'm okay with myself. You know, yes, I'm not the person that I want to be, but I'm not the person I used to be.
Exactly. You know? That's the most important.
Exactly. That's like I'm still working to my goal. I'm not complacent with the person that I am today. Exactly. That's what is important, and that's what I would say. Like I've learned through all of like the experiences I've had, like through through high school. Through my first year of college, like I'm definitely not the person I was my freshman year of high school. Like people was making African noises at me, all these things. Freshman year of college, I'm talking to you with an American accent.
And you see, the thing is, like when you find, like, you know, when you value yourself over others, like when you don't put your value of yourself in other people's hands, you get to like you learn to clock like toxic stuff, like I shouldn't be treated this way.
Exactly.
You know, I shouldn't, because I will say, like, I was never, before I came to college, I was never in a toxic friend group. And I would not say never. It was more like, I just let everything slide. I was like, okay, well, you know, I got my money stolen from me. I was still, so
what happened?
Basically, I took this, this girl went to the mall. She was like, oh, give me $50 for this this hat, then I'll pay you back. Oh, give me this money for this. And I'm like, okay. I kept asking for money back. She said, oh, no, later. So this day, that was in 8th grade. That's when I first came here too. That was in 8th grade. I need friends. I was like, hey, I need friends.
You live and you learn.
Yeah.
You live and you learn. And one thing I'll say is like experience is the biggest
every time. Never that let happen against me.
Biggest teacher. And one thing I'll say is like a lot of times, like I heard this quote on like TikTok. Let me not act like I'm philosophical somebody, but like I heard like people can only meet you at the depth at which they've met themselves.
Ooh.
You know? So it's like, I can't know you more than I know myself, you know? So if I've never personally experienced this thing myself, I can't empathize with you. I can't sympathize with you. So like in like regards to like what Precious was saying, stuff like that, like people will try to take one up on you, all these stuff like that. But it's like genuinely stepping out of yourself, seeing other people's perspectives, like I don't know, I feel like that just adds so much, you know,
Yeah.
like,
You get more knowledge, you know, you're just like, wow, this is really like, this is happening to somebody else. Like, I kind of like, since I'm in their, like, once I'm like in their shoes, I'm understanding it better. I can address it better. I can learn from it more, you know.
for sure. I feel like I've definitely learned a lot from my experiences, but also like just like listening to other people's experiences. You know, like you know how a lot of like our older siblings would come to us and be like, "Oh, I went through this. Please listen to me so you don't have to go through
That's
this."
me right now.
At the time, I'll be listening to them thinking, "Ah,
I know, like, why would you do
what do they know?" And then boom, step by step, I'm seeing them telling me I'm going through the exact thing that they told me I would go through. You know,
One of the times I told my younger sister, she's like 13 now. No, I'm lying. She just turned 15. Sorry, she's 15.
2 years old.
So I'm telling her like, oh, you know, because she's because like she's 15 now, like she's in high school and boys, yada yada. I'm telling her, hey, you know, I'm seeing this thing that's happening to her. I'm like, I already know the future.
Hey.
No, maybe I didn't experience it myself, but I know people who have went through this. I'm like, girl, don't do this. She does it anyway, guys. Step by step, everything told her gonna happen. I'm like, you see, like when I tell you, listening to your elders actually, like, or I can't say, because I also listen.
Not really
listen to your elders. You have to look for yourself to understand.
Yeah, you low-key do.
Because
You low-key do.
like I'd be like going to something, I'm like, hey, I should have listened. I should have known.
I feel like ultimately it's like you have to experience things for yourself. But it's like have an informed opinion.
Yeah.
Like you kind of already know, like, okay, this might possibly go like this. But it's like at the same time, once you have that informed opinion, you really have no interest in like repeating that cycle.
Yeah, that's the
going
thing.
through that same season that somebody told you that they went through. Like, what's really the need for me to suffer? You know,
Exactly.
I'm so big now. I just told you that I suffer. Like,
soft palms for a reason.
very, very soft. Very soft. I won't even lie though. I feel like I've seen shaking. Like my palms are not really that soft again. I've dipped and dabbled. I've entered my hand.
So once you like leave your parents and you're out there on your own, like you really stuff starts actually like happening to you. Like, oh wow, all of a sudden you're paying for stuff you didn't know you're gonna start paying for.
Like, bro, when I start looking at the price of toilet paper, I said,
paper rolls, toilet paper,
bro,
supplies.
You start using one by one. I don't repeat two anymore. I'm telling you. Like, bro, my whole family lives in Georgia. I came all the way to Houston, Texas by myself. When I tell you, the way I value money now, the way I look at money, I don't even spend it like how I used to spend it before. I'm telling you.
Like, water, I swear I went on a water diet because water fast because I can't drink water anymore. Like, I'm
even to buy this thing. Guys, don't think that we're broken. It's college students.
Exactly. It's just college students.
It's college students. But like, bro, even that pack of water, sometimes really reason it like, bro,
exactly.
I have a water bottle. There's a water fountain somewhere. Let me just, you know,
the dining hall gives me free water. So let me put a water bottle down there.
Take my gallon water bottle. Let me take it there. Let me take a lunchbox. Let me fill this thing up. Like, yeah, please.
I remember first semester and I was before I had a job when I was broke. I would take food from the dining hall, store it in my fridge, and eat it later.
Me immediately I got employed like this. Any employee meal like this, in my fridge, ready. Cause that dining hall food, like I got tired of it, y'all. Like me personally,
yeah,
I was tired.
Like first of all, okay, you know my house. Like, it's an ingredient household, so there's not a lot of, you can't just go open the fridge and see something. You gotta make something. So when I first came, like, to the school, I was like, wow,
I'm the same way everywhere.
Then I started eating it, same thing next day. I'm like, okay, I'm tired.
It's not even that. I feel like we grew up in African households.
That too.
Like, specific, like, to be more specific, we're Nigerian. Man, I used to miss jollof rice. I used to miss like draw soup. I used to miss everything.
This
like
girl can cook. This girl can cook.
Then from there we decided, okay, let's start cooking. Man, We see how much meats cost. We see how much everything costs. We just be like,
not even just the cost, getting there to buy the stuff.
bro.
The stuff is a whole nother obstacle.
That's even like that even throws us off complete.
Because like, okay, I'm taking metro. 1 hour drive to get somewhere that will be like 20 minutes. No, like it's like 5 minute drive.
If you take the metro now, if you want to go to Walmart and buy like 20 items, how will you bring it
all back?
Remember this one time I took the metro. This man started growling at me. He was like, bro, I should sit like this.
I actually hate taking the metro.
I should sit down and. First, you do metro every day.
No, but I hate it. Okay,
first of all, metro every single day.
Every single time I take the train, guys, these people they don't rest. Can I get your Instagram? Oh yes, I'm pretty. Guys, see, also remember how I told you I didn't really get that much male attention in high school. I had to learn how to say no. Yeah. Leave me alone, guys. That's the thing you need to learn how to say. No, at that point.
I'm still at that point of learning how to say no. Like I'm literally sorry.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just part of being on your own. Like you just gotta learn how to say no. I'm not interested. Walk away. Have a taser. Have a pepper spray. But say no. If you're not into it, say no.
Oh, say no. Say no. Especially like guys, don't let people push you over.
Peer pressure.
Don't let them take your advantage.
Yeah,
please. Like please. I feel like everybody says this though, but like.
What you have to tell you when you
experience it. You have to really experience it. Go through it.
You're right. Everyone does say that.
Yeah.
But when it pet me, hey, never again.
What happened? We said never again.
Never again.
We said never again. Well, I can't lie. It should happen again. Oh, never again this time. Never again.
We're 18. We're still learning.
Never again.
Like
never again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Unfinished Business. As you guys know, the business is still unfinished. The business is still unfinished. Tune in next time to hear more about this. Thank you, guys.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.